Back again, people, for another edition of Mustsee911. Once again, it's your guy, Ron Bullard, and I just want to scream at y'all about a situation concerning the things that I love to talk about, which is movies and or series. Now, something came across my attention, because I was going to go a different direction this week, but when I saw this, I just had to speak on it. There's yet another rumor about yet another revival of my main guy, Fred Krueger. Remember, I told y'all last week that I love horror as my number one genre, and I promise everybody I'm not going to be talking about horror every week. It just kind of worked out this way because I was going to go in another direction, completely different, believe it or not. But when I saw this, I said, nah, I got to speak on this because I about had enough. So, here's another, I'll say, rumor, for lack of a better word at the moment. Here's another rumor about another Fred Krueger related film and or series that's supposed to be dropping about my guy, Fred Krueger. Love horror, love the genre. Freddy's my guy. That's been established. So I feel some type of way that I keep seeing these things. Like I saw one before where they were supposed to have a guy, I believe his name is DJ Quarles or whatever. I apologize for getting the name wrong, I'm sure I fucked that up. Yeah, he was supposed to be playing Freddy. I knew right away that wasn't what it was. Came out that was fake news. Now I'm seeing another one where they're basically saying that Robert Englund is supposed to be reprising the role, which would probably, ain't no probably about it, which would be the best case scenario at this point because they can't seem to nail nobody else down and play him. And nobody will ever be Freddy the way Freddy was Freddy because he meaning Robert Englund, gave that character life. So they're talking about there's going to be yet another reprisal of Fred Krueger that we could all enjoy. And personally, people, I think that it's fraud. I don't think it's going to happen. I would love to be wrong because Freddy definitely needs to come back. Talk about must see. What's horror without the, in my opinion, king of it all, the one and only Mr. Fred Krueger? I mean, it's like impossible to have it without having him. Having it and it being horror the way you know horror to be. I mean, they could bring Mike back. They could bring Jason back. Why not Freddy? So, that being said, it's time for me to say this. If y'all not serious about bringing back my guy, stop playing with people's emotions. Because whether you know it or not, you're definitely playing with mine. Anytime I see something like that, I stop everything. I drop everything I'm doing. I'll be like, yo, wait a minute. Is this real or is this just more BS? And to this point, it has been exactly that, more BS. Fred Krueger needs to return. They need to stop playing around with it, make it happen. Whatever has to happen from the business side of this to get it to be a go, they need to just go ahead, get it done so it can be a go already. Because we're tired of the jokes. We're tired of the games. That being said, I want to know who's your favorite guy. I really would love to know. Put that in the comments section. Let me know who you would say is your main number one horror icon. Tell me who he is and tell me why. Because as I have overstated, Freddy is definitely mine. If you're following me, if you're observing what I'm doing, if you're following my body of work, you would always say, yeah, you know, this dude makes it clear that Freddy is definitely his mans in them. Because that he is. But yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. Just like all the other little carrots, Fred Krueger carrots that's been dangled in our face over the past, I'll say, couple years, because every time you turn around, it seemed like a story breaks where we're going to get yet another Nightmare on Elm Street based movie, and it just doesn't seem to happen. Whether it's a movie, whether it's a series, it just always seems to just not happen. So I, for one, am tired of it, and I'm sure you guys out there are tired of it. So it's not really a whole lot to say about this, but I will say this. This is one thing that I would love to be wrong about. I would love to wake up one day and see that this is actual factual information. Would love it, man. And all fellow Fred Krueger fans out there, I'm sure y'all would love it too. But until I see something that I trust 100% completely, I have to take everything with a grain of salt. I have to. Because that's the way things have played out to this point. I have not seen no other reason why I shouldn't take it that way. Because every other scenario to this point, people just playing games. So let's stop playing games. Let's go ahead and let's get Freddy back on a big screen, or let's get him back on everybody's home screen because you done put a series on an app. However way you go about it, make it happen, Captain. Make it happen. And stop playing these games. So, I'm not going to sit up here and talk too much more about this. I just wanted to touch on it because I saw what I saw. And this is now probably about the third or fourth time over the past, maybe I'll just say 5 years maybe, where I've seen them kind of trying to get everybody to believe that, oh yeah, we about to get Freddy back. We about to get Freddy back. And then it doesn't go down. Even if you had to do another Versus movie where maybe you have him fighting against somebody else, somebody other than Jason, because he did the Jason thing already. You know what I mean? He did that. I loved it. I thought it was entertaining. So we don't necessarily need to see a rematch between the two of them. But just so long as y'all give us Fred Krueger, played by Robert Englund, or maybe some other untapped genius of an actor who can match that energy. And I'm not saying he has to be Robert Englund. See, that's the mistake that a lot of people made with the remake back in 2010, which I thought was a pretty good film. However, everybody went into that thinking, oh, he ain't Robert Englund. He's not going to be. Nobody's going to be that, because he put his own stamp on that character. Nobody else could do with that character what Robert Englund did. But you can find somebody, I'm sure, that's talented enough to give it its own spin. And I know that's dangerous as well. However, if people like it, you can actually then move on. So, comment, like, share. Put it around. Put it around town. Spread it like it's a dirty rumor about your worst enemy. Handle that ASAP. And I will be back with another edition of Mustsee911. And before I go, I have to go on record as saying Fred Krueger back in any way, shape, or form, whether you're talking a movie or series, that is definitely Mustsee911. So I will see y'all back again next week, God willing. And be safe in the meantime, in between time. Be safe, people. 1.